Welcome to the RAMcast, where we talk about all things related to Sioux Valley. This is your host, Brian Kirby. My co-host is always Jimmy Sickler.
Happy to be here, Mr. Kirby.
I'm thankful you are here on this day for sure. So we are doing another one of our senior spotlights, and we have none other than Mr. Jonathon Brott.
Hello.
All right, so without further ado, let's find out what information about Jonathon. All right, Mr. Jonathon Brott, what song will always remind you of this time in your life?
That, I think, would be I think that would be, if I can remember that, We Are Fun or is it We Are Young by the band Fun, I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right.
There you go.
It's the song that Mr. Sanford did a cover of.
Oh,
Did
got
very
it.
well. And yeah, it's just that was such a memorable moment that I think that would be the one that probably reminds me of Fear the most.
Awesome. I asked everybody else, so I'm going to ask you the same question. Do you want to belt any of those lyrics out?
What does that mean?
Do you want to sing or say any of those lyrics from that song?
If I Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. All right. Not a problem.
I thought you were going to do it for sure.
I'm not a guy who stretches out, who's really good at stretching out the lyrics or anything. I can quote Eminem, though.
Okay.
All right, Jonathon, which teacher had the most impact on you, and what will you remember about them?
I think that would either be Mr. O'Connor or Mr. Kinney. I'll say Mr. O'Connor because when I took his technical drawing class, it opened my eyes to a new medium of which I can be very creative in.
Yes.
And I think my knowledge of that and even the website, the software that you showed me, I think I'll also take with me and use to do some really cool things, I hope.
It's awesome.
Not to mention, it's also really cool to have a person you can kind of just spill your brain to, and they'll take it in and they'll tell you your thoughts, and they'll be with you to like hear the stories in your mind.
Cool. So, what was your favorite extra or co-curricular activity?
I don't think I took too many, and so because of that, I don't really have a favorite.
Okay. All right.
Good. What class did you find the most enjoyable?
Well, there was that technical drawing class that I already mentioned. That one was very fun in the later parts. Robotics got fun when I got into its second bit. But here's a weird one. I would say Mr. Kenny's history class, because he actually formatted that class into something that really I actually got excited for, because it was a chill environment where I could learn something and walk out with it. I know from like that class that like the person who was really good at making rails back in 19 was Vanderbilt. Yeah.
I just want to note that Jonathon covered his mouth on the date, which was awesome. I like it.
Yeah, I don't remember everything perfectly.
No, it was good. I liked it. It was good.
Don't tell me what Thomas Beaverson tried to make. I won't remember.
Got it. So, with whom did you have your most meaningful relationship during your senior year? And it can be anybody in the building.
I really don't know.
Okay.
Going through all the things in my head, and I would say a lot of that came sooner. But in my senior year, a lot of it was just pushing to the end, Yep.
All right.
Yeah, that makes sense. What was the most surprising thing you learned about yourself during your time here at Sioux Valley, or just anything you learned about yourself?
I believe I have anxiety, and I may also have ADHD.
Okay.
All right.
Knowing what you know now, what advice are you going to give your younger self entering Sioux Valley for the first time?
Run.
run. Like run to gym class, run to technical drafting.
Turn out the door and leave. You don't need it.
Okay. All right.
It will save you from some depression.
Got it.
Okay, so Jonathan, what will having graduated high school mean to you?
It would mean a lot of things. It would make my mom very proud because she could say that all of her kids had graduated, which is not something that every parent could say, at least from what I know. And so that would make her very happy. It would make my dad very happy because he knew that through everything I was able to go through it and come out, still alive and still intact.
It's awesome. How do you think this particular group of seniors has left its mark on Sioux Valley?
In a good way or a bad way?
It's your show, man. You tell me.
Okay, both. I think, and I really do think this, out of all of the classes, or I guess not classes, I don't know what it would be called, the something of 2025.
It was a big class. Yep.
Okay, the class of 2025. I think we do have the most personality, and I think we leave the biggest impact because we're the ones that I feel like you would hear legends of. Like, hey, next year we're gonna be dealing with the class 2025. Those guys are nuts.
Nice.
So I think we will forever exist as almost like an omen, like a legend that teachers will pass down to the students. I think.
All right.
Not trying
Very
to pat
nice.
myself too hard on the back, but yeah.
Good. So May 14th is graduation day. What is your plan after that?
Just continue what my plan has been for even the past couple years. Get a job if I don't already have one, start working, and start creating.
Sounds like a solid plan. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our 10 grueling questions we had for you, Jonathan. So my last question to you is there anything you'd like to add that we have not already touched on?
Well, actually, if I can ask y'all a question.
You sure?
Is there anything else, any one of these questions that you would want me to go into more details of? Because I can if you wish.
That's entirely up to you on this one. This is your show. Jimmy and I just kind of steer it along. So this is about you.
Yeah, but
So.
I'm not the type to want to advocate for myself a lot. I know I love the sound of my own voice, but I know others may not agree as much.
Well, can I just add something about you, Jonathan?
Sure thing.
So one thing that I have Jonathan in class this year, and one thing that I really enjoyed about him was that he was not afraid to ask questions, where in the past he might have been more intimidated. We've known each other for a while, but he's not afraid to ask questions and get clarification, and I think that's going to go a long way to everything else that you do after here, Jonathan. So that's a very positive attribute.
Yep, I agree with that statement, and I will also say that it's been an awesome experience watching you grow and open up as you've gotten older, other than when you were first here. So I do appreciate that growth in your abilities. So, alrighty.
Appreciate
Anything
that.
else? Anything else, Mr. Jonathan? Are you good?
Not off the top of my head. I think I'm good.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to conclude this special edition Senior Spotlight. Once again, this is Mr. Kirby, principal here at Sioux Valley. I want to thank my co-host, Jimmy Sickler, as always. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you for having me.
And I cannot go without saying thank you to Mr. Jonathan Brott. Thank you for taking the time and going through our 10 grueling questions. Appreciate it, Jonathan.
Absolutely.
All right. And I hope you guys all enjoyed this podcast as another way to connect with our Sioux Valley community. Hope to see you at the next school event or around the community. Thanks for listening.